How long does it take to set up an LLC? Ready to start that $1 million business? Ready to quit working for other people and join the ranks of people like Oprah, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Noel Randall? Well, you can learn to be an entrepreneur. You can start an entire business, make lots of money, and quit your job. In this video, this multi-million-dollar entrepreneur is going to share with you exactly how to get a business going and start that LLC today. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, or you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
In this video, I'm going to share with you an easy, simple, step-by-step process on how to set up an LLC in the United States. I'm going to share with you my millionaire secrets on exactly what to do so that you can set up a successful LLC that you can make lots of money with and get funding. And I'm going to share with you the biggest trap that you need to avoid at all costs. There are so many benefits to having an LLC or a limited liability company. But first, let me tell you what an LLC is. An LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. It is simply a business registration entity that you can create with your Secretary of State that allows you to create a separate entity for you to do business with. Simply put, most businesses need to register their business with the Secretary of State so that they can create an entire entity that is separate from themselves. You have different options on what type of entities that you can set up. Most people set up an LLC because it is simple, easy to do, and doesn't take much time. However, you could also set up a corporation, a for-profit corporation like a C Corp or an S Corp, or you could set up a nonprofit corporation. Now again, Noel Randall is not an attorney or a tax advisor, so I cannot tell you exactly which type of entity to set up, but I'm going to tell you in this video that most people love setting up LLCs, and my first business entities were LLCs because it offers lots of different benefits. Let me tell you that part. The benefit of setting up an LLC is that it creates a separate entity and separates you as a person from your business. It is a separate entity and comes with its own benefits because it is separate from you and it is not you personally. Doing so will provide you with legal protection, meaning if something were ever to happen in the business where someone got hurt or someone got sued, they would be suing your business entity, or it would be the business entity, not you personally. Doing so offers so many benefits, like I said, and one of them is legal protections against you personally losing your own assets or your savings. Another major benefit with an LLC, it is easy to set up. In most cases in the US, you can go to your state's Secretary of State and set up and register your business. And again, it is usually all online and doesn't require you to take much time or much expertise. In most cases, you don't need a professional attorney or tax advisor to help you do so. But again, I am not an attorney or tax advisor, but I know that most people can set this up really easily by themselves, and I'm gonna explain that to you. Another benefit of setting up an LLC, it is very inexpensive. If you do this your own self, you can usually go online, pay with a credit card, and in some cases, it's $100 to maybe just a couple of $100, depending on what state you're in. In states like Virginia and things like that, it is a very small fee. I've set them up, but in some cases like California and New York, it can cost a little bit more. But again, it provides so many benefits that it's definitely worth it. As a special gift, if you need any help setting up an LLC, you can go to 𝗏𝑒𝑙𝑠freegift.com and download my blueprint that tells you exactly how to do this. And again, it is absolutely free. Just go to 𝗏𝑒𝑙𝑠freegift.com. So step one to setting up an LLC. Before you go to your state's Secretary of State website, you want to get a professional address. Of course, you want to name your business. You already know that. You'll think of whatever name that you want to name your LLC. I do not recommend you naming the business after yourself, for example, but you are totally okay to do that. For example, you could just do Noel Randall LLC, and that is perfectly okay. However, I do recommend that you name your business after something, or maybe use your initials or something to that effect, but don't use your full name. Again, not a tax advisor or an attorney. You are free to do exactly what you like, but that is what I suggest. The second thing, like I said, that you're going to need is a professional address. The reason that you want to do this and not use your home address is so that your business can get business credit and business funding. Of course, you can get business credit and business funding if you use your home address for your business. However, I can explain a little bit later why you can get more funding if you get a professional business address like a professional office. Again, I actually have a business where you can get a virtual business address. Just go to newoffice.com. That's NUUOFFICE.com, and you can get a virtual address, a professional address in the state of Florida, and you can have your mail delivered there, but that will serve as your business's professional address. You can also do this if you don't live in the state that you are setting up the business in. In many cases, you do not have to live in the state that you are setting up a business in. I will get to that in just a second. For example, if you live in Texas and you want to set up a business in Florida, you can find a registered agent, use a professional address, and get your business in Florida while living in the state of Texas. That is just an example, but it is something that you can do and something that I have done before. But you will need a professional address no matter what. So again, sites like newoffice.com or other companies like Regis or Opus, for example, also do the same thing. But my company is very inexpensive. We have plans starting as little as $10 per month. So go check out newoffice.com, NUUOFFICE, for a professional business address. The next thing that you will do is get a professional phone number, a professional email, and a website. Now again, you do not have to build the whole thing before you get this business registered as an LLC. I am just strongly suggesting you do these things before you register your business with the Secretary of State so that everything is done and you only have to do this one time. So if you get a professional email, you could also use a regular email if you want to, but if you start to set up a professional website, you'll buy the domain. You can buy domains really inexpensively at Google Domains. I think it's like 10 or 12 bucks, and then you can get a professional email for like $6 per month. Again, very inexpensive, but things that you can do so that your business not only is set up properly, but also that you can get business credit and business funding for a new business. Doing so is an amazing thing to do and will quickly get you on track to get lots in business funding and business credit. As for a professional phone number, I recommend you don't use your personal cell phone. Obviously, you can use your personal cell phone, or you could use a professional phone number that you got through a site like grasshopper.com or other different sites like maybe even Grasshopper or Freedom Voice. Those are the two that I use and my students have used. Again, if you download my free checklist at noelsfreegift.com, I will have links in there that you can use to help you get a professional phone number for just a little bit amount. But again, you do not have to get a professional phone number in order to set up your LLC. I just strongly recommend that you do so that you can get the business credit and the business funding. The next thing that you will do once you have those things done is register your business with the Secretary of State. Again, this is very simple, and I suggest that you go directly to your state's Secretary of State website. So for example, you will see some of these here. You will also be able to find, if you Google this, other sites that have all of the states on one page, but in many cases it's a service offering you to do this for you. And again, I think that you can do this yourself without paying someone to do it. Again, you know yourself, if this is something that you're able to do, absolutely do it. But if you feel like you're struggling and this is not something that you're good at, of course you could pay someone to set up your LLC for you, and it won't cost you very much money. I have set up many LLCs by myself, and so have my students. It is not very difficult. Again, with the checklist that I'm giving you for absolutely free at noelsfreegift.com, I think you can get this set up and it won't cost you a lot of money. Additionally, you'll be in control of your LLC. So each year when you have to renew the LLC, you get access immediately. You can do it and you don't have to pay someone to do this for you every single year. Again, this does not require a whole lot of know-how, a college education, an MBA, or anything like that. Many people have been setting up LLCs all by themselves, and I'm confident that you can do it too. Let me tell you the next thing. It will not take you very long to set up your LLC. In many states, you can do it in just one day. Literally, you could do all of the steps that I said in one day. You could get your professional address, you could get a domain, an email, a phone number, and get it set up with the Secretary of State in one day. You can go online, fill out the name of your business, put in your address, and it will give you your certificate of formation right on the website. Every state does not allow you to do this, but these are the states that it does. Here is a list right here that you can see of all of the states where you can get this done completely online. In some states, they will require you to first go into the Secretary of State's website, and then they will mail you or email you confirmation once the state has registered, gone through. States like Florida, for example, the state that I live in right now, you cannot do this all in one day. You can set the whole thing up, but it does have to go to the registration office. Sometimes it'll take just a day or two, depending on how many they have in queue, but usually it does not take longer than maybe a week or two. Sometimes towards the end of the year, like December or November of the year, it may take a few weeks, again, depending on how many registrations they have in queue. But every state does not take more than a day. In some cases, it's just one day, and in other cases, it's just a day or two, but it depends on the state that you're in. I have an entire book that I wrote, and I want to give it to you absolutely free that teaches you all about how to set up your business and make millions with it. Go get my new book absolutely free. You just cover the shipping at noellsbizsecrets.com. I wrote this book and poured my heart into it because I wanted to share with you all of my millionaire business secrets. Everything from setting up a business, choosing the right name, getting the professional email, and getting business credit and business funding in hundreds of thousands of dollars in just a matter of months. This book has everything that you need to create a multi-million-dollar business just like Noel Randall, and again, you can do it absolutely free. You just cover the shipping. Go to this site right now, use the link below. Go today and get your copy of this book before they all sold out. Supplies are limited. I want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noel, to your success.